Hello, everybody here on In-Spire-Life. We sent you this here from the Butte de Chaumont à Paris, in a beautiful park, and Etienne Hayem is my partner for this interview. Etienne is a very interesting young man. He inspired me at TEDx while he was giving a conference about complementary monetaries, you would say?
Complementary currencies.
Currencies, thank you. He's a blogger, philosopher, humanist. You say humanist in English? Yes, maybe. He did 5 years of commercial school, traveled the whole world, and has specialized in complementary currencies, and now he would like to give me some more information about this. So how would you describe a complementary currency?
Hi. Hi. Thank you. A complementary currency is currency that is not from the state, that is not made by the public state, that is created by the people or by some companies, private companies, or some public entities, but not the conventional money. So it's a small, most of the time small currency that comes and goes next to the official currency, and that is going to be to address a specific purpose, like develop a local economy or heal the economy at the local level, or relocalize the economy, or develop and put some incentive on green jest or eco jest, like what people could do for the environment.
All right. Thank you. So it is sometimes a local thing that also connects, I believe, local commercial businesses and people, and it can be very reuniting, a thing like this, isn't it?
Yeah. What we've seen with the globalization is everything is getting at the global level. So you have big companies, you have big franchise. And all the money is flowing out of the local city, of the local town, of the local village. And if you were son of your father and you had a shop or something that is like from family, from father to son and to son and to son, suddenly there's a big company that is going to come here and to settle down, and they're going to pump all the money out of the village. And because they are a big company, they have some marketing and some actionnaire stakeholders, you are not able to fight against this, because there's no way you can stay in the fight. It's not the same kind of weapons. And local currencies, the idea is to bring back local values and local economies back together. While you had all the money, euros, taking into the financial world and speculation and subprime and everything that we don't understand, here the idea is to bring it back into the local flow of wealth in the village or in the community, and to make people connect together again, reconnect one to another.
So could you give me some examples of these alternative currencies or complementary currencies?
The biggest experience that is really famous is the VIA experience in Switzerland. In 1933, just during the Great Depression, all the companies were still there. I was still there, you were still there, you still had your workforce, I still had my machines. But because the crisis was there, the economy was kind of frozen, and we couldn't ask for some credits to the bank. That was not possible anymore. So we asked ourselves, how do we do? You're here, I'm here, there's no money, but we're still here. And these people, a group of small companies, they began their own system. They call it WIR, W-I-R, which means we in German. And it's a mutual credit system, which means I'm going to trade you something, I'm going to be minus 200, and you're going to be plus 200. And then you're going to be able to sell to sell something to somebody else, and you're going to be plus something, and he's going to be minus something. So there's no money creation in itself. It's just a credit clearing system. We just give credit to each other. It's based fully on trust and the fact that we know each other and we've done business for years, and I have no interest in robbing you. So we are going to create this circle and make exchanges together. And 80 years later, there are 60,000 companies in this currency. It's like...
That's enormous.
Yeah. And it's one quarter of the Swiss company are part of the system. And it's almost like 2 billion Swiss francs of volume per year. And we don't hear about it. But it's something big, and that is already there for 80 years. And what has shown the statistics from this Swiss bank, because they have a bank for the VIA now, is that when it's like counter cycle, if you have a cycle with the Swiss franc, it's going up, everything's fine, but when it's going down, the VIA is coming and is taking the empty place. Like it's the plan B, like we have two legs to walk, and if one is getting broken, you can use a second one. And the problem we have today is we only have one, and it's a monopoly of money creation, that is a capitalism, and we only use this system, and it's time for us to create and to use other alternatives.
So it's important to be able to stabilize our system with other currencies in one hand, and on the other hand to take away a little bit the power of the one and only, to be able to say we have alternatives and go back a little bit to the old good times where these old values come back again with that, probably.
Yeah, you're right. It's a switch. It's not just thinking like, how am I going to protect my money? That's not the story here. The story is, how do we connect together? How do we keep in touch together? What is a game we want to play? That is not a monopoly game where somebody is winning and all the others are losing, and that's it, I'm the winner. What is this society game of society that we want to play together, that is good for each of us and good for the environment? How do we play a game where nobody loses, where we are all in circles together, where we all need each other and we're in cooperation and not in competition anymore? I believe this is a bigger switch we have to do at the moment. It comes from realizing that we are not enemies, that we are connected, that what is good for you is good for me. If I help you, it's going to help me someday. You're going to help me, or if I help you do good or do your job, then it's going to be an added value for me anyway. I maybe can't see it now, but I'm sure if you're good, then it's going to be good for everybody, so it's going to be good for me also. So I'm getting some good back somehow. And the second thing is we need to move our trust that we have put in the system, in this monetary system. We think that because we have money, we are safe. But this doesn't mean anything. If there's a tsunami, if there's a monetary crisis, and some people have lived it, you lose everything. And then you realize that this wasn't the real value. What is the real value is you, it's me, it's being here in a nice, in a peaceful country, with a nice atmosphere and with some healthy food, and this is what is the real value. If you lose all your money but you still have some carrots, some tomatoes, some nice neighbors and some music, then everything's fine. You don't need money. So
the birds are supporting your discourse. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Are there other currencies you could quote? Like now we've talked about the VIR. Are there others in Europe or even worldwide? I think there are much more than one ever could think of. One doesn't talk so much about it. That's why we do this here. Anyway.
Yeah, there's more than 5,000 complementary currencies in the world today. There are some time banks in the USA where people trade hours. There are local exchange trade system. This is system citizen to citizen people. Like we could do that, and we exchange hours together. Like, what kind of hours of services can I give to you, and what can you give me, or what can other people from the community provide to me? This is 1 hour. 1 hour of my time is the same value as 1 hour of your time. whatever you're doing, whoever you are. We are the same, 1 hour is 1 hour. You would have there's a whole movement in Brazil called Conjunto Palmas, and it was in the suburb, in the ghetto. They had nothing, almost nothing. The only money that was coming in the village was going out for Coca-Cola and for the television bill. And they decided to create a complementary currency and to help the money stay at the local level. And it's been like more than 10 years, and there are 3,000 employees in the whole system, and there are more than 50 local banks, and now the government recognizes them as official local banks, and they say it's good for our development because they are putting money in a place where there was no money, and where if there was some money, it was leaving and going for coca or for some other places. So it's a way to keep the money. It's like a barrier or a cell at the local level in order to keep the money flow in the circle, in the community.
Oh, this is so inspiring. I love that.
In Germany, there's a Chiemgauer in Bayern in the south. You would have Regiogeld, which are also some B2B, business to business and business to citizen currency. You have the Res in Belgium that exists since 1996. You have the Bristol pound, Brixton pound. You have a lot of different local currency in France. Sol Violet in south of France. You have the city of Nantes that is now launching its currency at the level of a city on the model of the VIA. Banco del Tiempo is the same as a time bank in Spain. In Greece, they are having big difficulties with the crisis, and you've seen a lot of local currencies rising and spreading, because when you have nothing, it's obvious that you're going to create your own system. The big challenge today is not to wait for the crisis to be fully here before changing to something else. We have all the means, all the technology today to create the system. The only switch we need is ourselves, is to be ready for this and to create this together. So it's really an adventure, it's a movement, it's a process of switching paradigm somehow. Instead of feeling secure because I have a lot of money on my bank account, I'm going to connect to the people on where I live, the people that I trade with, my neighbors, my family, the real people and the real value. And this is what is happening today. And my hope is that we don't wait because before everything is broken and I don't know,
collapsing,
chaos, because to switch, because we have everything right now, so it's possible.
Now, if this has inspired you, and I don't see how it could not be inspiring for you, and you would like to participate on this beautiful project and adventure, don't hesitate to contact Etienne Hayem. I think you would accept people that have new ideas maybe about this, or helping hands, or would support this project.
Yeah, definitely. It's not my project. I'm working with a movement. I'm working with a shift, and I'm doing my part on this shift. And I decided to work on monetary issues, and everybody's welcome. There's so much to do in your community, with your friends, with your family. Speak about it. If you need something, ask. If I can help, if we can do things together, ask, propose, and let's do it. Yeah.
Thank you, Etienne. You're also working on a big level, on a higher level for Europe on the subject. So all I can do is wish you lots of success. I know this is very crucial for our future and for humanity in itself, and for an evolution to a new consciousness. And thank you very much for your work. I'm absolutely thrilled by it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Merci. Thank you.